Testing. Okay,
Hello. Yeah, 可以听得
I
到。
am. Oh, I last minute then I will. 诶，so their comments，他们的那个 comments 这些会在 YouTube 那边吗？还是会在这边？我看得到吗？
您就是那个字幕的东西，我这边有点看不到。
听得到。
你可能要共享电脑，
就
我才能
讲就讲他的那个，就讲那些观众他们如果有问题啊，这些是在 YouTube 那边写吗？对，
他们我反正两边链接都给了，他们可以在这评论比较方便一
哦，
点，
可以可以可以，
没问题。
所以我两边都会看，没问题没问题。
然后我和营业会稍微看一下，如果有问题的话，我到时候 WhatsApp 是不是也可以发一下？
明白。
哦，你
重
你帮他翻译一
点是
下的话，你
这
just 帮他翻译
这
成英文啊，他不会看，他不会看
啊
real。
哦诶，他们没
Just
有
in
那个
case。
direct translation 吗？
If they ask question 啊，对不
啊，不
对？
紧了，
If they
等我
ask
just 开一个 translation in case，没事没事。from
好，我把主持人先给您。
哦，好的，谢谢。
诶，像那个 real time translation 的 account，你那边也是有的哈。
我这边有我要等多一下子才放进去，因为我只有2个小时的 limit 嘛，
好的，
对不对？
可以，对。
对，我等一下子，OK，可能我可以现在了吧？就讲我有1个小时多要做完那个。
一下
诶，
子咯。
我在 YouTube 我看得到你啊，所以
Yeah,
it's really live。
it's already live in YouTube already. I was like,
Yeah.
I can hear it also. And then I think the YouTube one they already had the translation in Japanese already.
Yep. Oh, I see. Testing 1 2 3 4. Okay, good. I just go grab some water. Uh,
Oh, that's great.
okay.
This maybe for 那个 translation, right? I don't know whether
Mhm.
you toggle it to put it one side. 我只是怕会 block 到你的 slides 而已。
Oh, got it. I think it's meant to be a bit transparent so that OK，我懂，
Just now I,
我把它
yeah,
弄
just
小
now,
一点。
yeah, just now when I saw it, right, it was like black out the portion. Maybe 我没有看清楚了。你
哦
just do
，OK，got
it.
it。
谢谢。
Yeah，OK，明白，谢谢你。 A systematic approach to quant finance. A systematic approach to quantitative finance. How much time I have? They didn't put a timer for this, right? Or have? Available time 2 hours 3 minutes. No, no.
Yeah, 2 hours,
Okay.
3 minutes.
So at the end of 2 hours, we cannot communicate anymore. That's quite funny.
Amber, are you there? Or is it we can start already to let us know?
Okay, testing. Good evening. Good evening. If you all can hear me, can you help me press the number 1 in the chat so that I know that you are here as well? Okay, thanks, Steven. Thanks,
新加
Amber.
坡人他
Let me just. Okay, thank you very much. I will get started. So, in case those who are a little bit late, you can watch the replay. Today, I'm going to share with you a systematic approach to quantitative trading or quantitative finance. So, before I begin, right, this is a disclaimer slide. Everything I share, I want to share with you my experience of how I approach the markets, okay, in terms of trading, in terms of investing. And there's a particular way that has been making me better and more consistent profits. Okay, hello. Yes. So, can I just also check with all of you, what is your experience in trading? Meaning to say, how many years have you been investing or trading? If it's 2 years, how many type 2? If it's 3 years, help 3. If it's let's say you just get started, less than 1 year, then you help me type maybe 0 point something. 0.2 is 2 months. So I know what is the experience you have, then I know how to actually guide you guys in order for this class to be very, very fruitful and valuable. So how many years of investing or trading do you have? Or are you totally new? If you're totally new, how many type 0? How many type of 0? Let's see. Okay, so as you are typing, I want to share with you today. I want to go through a few portion. Number one, what is quantitative trading? In case you didn't know, after end of this session, I think it will totally change the way you invest if you have not known about quantitative trading. Second thing is, I want to give you a formula, a step-by-step system, so that by the time you finish this session, you at least know how to get started. Okay? And number three, I'll also be sharing with you some resources and some directions that you can actually go to in order to continue to do this financial trading. Okay, so Yeah, this one I think I've not seen your response yet. So can you share with me? Which level are you in terms of trading and investing? Just to make sure I'm not going too fast. I'm going to make the chat a bit bigger. Okay. So are you a beginner? Are you experienced? Or are you seasoned? Or how many years of investing or trading do you have? Or totally new, you can tell me type zero. Or do you understand what I'm talking about? If you understand what I'm talking about, how many type Y for yes, so that I know that at least I'm audible. Otherwise, I will change a way to like communicate with everybody. Okay, 1 to 2 years. Thanks, Iwei. Okay, so at least someone can hear me. The rest of y'all may be shy. A very quick introduction of myself. My name is Sean. This is my name, and I'm a portfolio manager, meaning to say I invest professionally and I manage the money of the investors. And I also have written quite a number of books, and one of the book that I written recently is with Mary Buffett. You will find her name maybe familiar if you know about this person called Warren Buffett. She's from the family. That's where I learned a lot about investing from her. And also, I've founded quite a number of schools. I used to be teaching how to invest more professionally. Right now, I'm managing money more professionally. Okay. And I started as a value based investor, like the Warren Buffett way of investing. And right now, I've added quant to become like my main way of investing. Okay. I think the subtitle may be blocking. So I'm going to shift it a bit so that you can see. Okay. Let me put it here. Okay, I think this may be better. Okay, so I want to share with you today how I actually, from my first trading class in 2005. So you can see I've traded for about 20 years already. Right, I started early 20s, and then right now I'm in my 40s. So I've been in the market, paying a lot of tuition fee to the stock market, but also exploring a lot of ways on how to make money. And when I first started investing, right, I learned a lot of trading methods. Example, I look at the charts, I look at fundamentals, and eventually I also paid a lot of fees to attend a lot of lessons, which I learned a lot. However, I was quite lucky when I first started. I made quite a bit of profits. So this was my record many years ago. My first few trading. I don't know whether you all still remember the first time you traded. Do you make money? Do you lose money? Sometimes if you lose money, maybe that's where a lot of people stop trading. Okay, but if you make money, that's where you want to continue. But eventually, we do know that even though if you make money, there will be a point in time that you may hit a certain losses. So this is where I make my first income about maybe about in USD about 4,000. Okay, but the sad thing is in 3 months time I lost a lot of the money. Okay, so I lost about 60 over thousand in USD about maybe $50,000. Okay, so what I continue to do is I continue to learn and I learn and I learn. So I keep learning. I never stop learning because initially I thought that I can just learn one thing and start to win the market, but the market itself, either the stock market, the forex market, or the crypto market, there are certain methods to win. You just need to learn the right things. Okay. So today I want to share with you what I consider to be something that will be useful. Now, so I want to share with you all the system that I created. It is called the BOT system. Let me go to this portion. And the BOT system, right, I want to explain how we come out with it. Because I also begin to train a lot of the students. And I want to share that less than 30% of the students that I've trained, roughly about less than 30%, become successful in trading. Whereas about 70% plus, they lose a lot of money and they keep losing. So for those who have experience in the market, depends on when you experience it. If it's a bull market, maybe you can make a lot of money. But when the market turn direction, you may start to lose money. So this is the issue. So there are some issues with traders who are not successful, and this is from my observation. Number one, they enter wrongly. So it's a certain wrong signal or wrong trade. Number two, they enter too fast or too slow. Okay, usually it's too slow. So sometimes they identify a signal, but by the time they want to enter, it is over. So there are times we cannot catch up with the speed of the market. And number three, you enter too much or too little. This is about emotion. Emotion sometimes make you over invest or sometimes invest too little. So after many years, I found a solution that is easier for beginners. So especially if you're a beginner, this is something that may help you. And this particular idea came from this person called Jim Simons, and he's running this thing called the Medallion Fund. Just to share with you, he's using this method called quantitative trading. So quantitative trading, we know that Warren Buffett, for those who have been investing, Warren Buffett is one of the best investor in this lifetime. And for Warren Buffett, you will realize that he has made billions of dollars. Jim Simons also make billions of dollars. The key thing is we look at the results. Now, Warren Buffett, he started a lot earlier. He has a lot more capital and he makes about 20+% per year, which is excellent. Depends on when you calculate. Because if you calculate now, maybe it's not 24%, it's less than 20%. Whereas for Jim Simons, using quantitative trading, he has made 66% every single year for many, many years. So this was something that I realized if you calculate, his results is 3 times. Okay, 3 times or more better than Warren Buffett. So why is he not as famous? It's because for years he didn't want to share with people how he do it. So after some of us, we went to go and find out exactly how we do it. That's where we get some ideas. Okay, can I just check? Any of you all heard of quantitative trading before? If you heard of it, can you help me type 1? If never heard of it before, help me type 0. So I need to know how much I need to explain. Okay, so 0. Thanks a lot for sharing. Now, quantitative trading, we ask a lot about data and evidence. It is like doing, maybe it's like a lawyer, correct? You want data and evidence before you know that this person, did he really steal the thing? Is he a thief? Is he a murderer? You need data and evidence. You cannot say, oh, I don't like his face, that's why he's a thief. Or I like his face, that's why he's innocent. We cannot do that. We need data and evidence. Same thing, when we actually go through trading and investing, we got to ask ourselves, is there data and evidence? And when we can have data and evidence that this trading method can be successful, can make us money, we can turn it into an instruction for the computer. That's what we call a robot. A robot has a certain set of instructions that you have given it, and it will execute the instructions based on what you give it. But we need to know what kind of instructions to give the robot. So robot, once we give instructions, they will not enter the wrong trade, because if we tell them only enter when something happens, they will enter as it is. Second thing is, they will not enter too slow. Usually they will not enter too slow unless your computer is 20 years ago or 10 years ago, okay? And finally, computer do not have emotions. They do not enter too much because they are greedy. They do not enter too little because they are scared or they are fearful. So now, I want to share with you right now 3 steps to creating a robot. And I'll give you some demonstrations. And let's hope that by the end of today, everyone will have a certain robot. Okay, so now, I want to share with you that the first thing we want to do is we want to check a certain trading idea. Maybe you have read certain books before. Maybe you have attended certain courses. Maybe you have watched certain YouTube. And I have seen a lot of YouTube. They say that this method, this strategy will make you a lot of money. And how do people actually trade the market? Sometimes they listen to a YouTube, they listen to a stock tip, they will go and execute and they buy. Now, you must ask yourself, is there data and evidence? So now let me share with you, these are the things that we ask, okay? We want to do this thing called backtesting. So what does backtesting means? Backtesting means, example, your friend, let's say your friend, his name is okay, maybe is John. And John says that, let me share with you a secret method. This secret method, we use this thing called moving averages. Later I'll explain to you what is moving averages. And he said that if you use moving average, you will make money. This is what John says. Now, even though that we know that we are good friends with John, but we are not sure whether his method, is it tested? Is it proven? So what we will do is, we will do backtesting. We will say, interesting, thank you, John. Thanks for sharing with me this method. Let me imagine I go back to the past 10 years or 20 years or maybe 2 months. If I have used your method, will I actually be making money? So we use the price that has already moved for the past 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, we use this method and see whether this method has it actually been effective. Now, some of you may be thinking, the method in the past may not be the same method in the future. That is correct. But if let's say this method hasn't even have evidence that it's working in the past, what makes you think it can work in the future? There is no evidence. Same thing. If let's say a doctor give you a medicine and say that this medicine is good, then you will ask the doctor, has it been tested? And the doctor say, no, actually I just invented it. Likely you won't take the medicine. So if let's say the doctor say, yes, we have been testing this and 1,000 people, 10,000 people has taken it and they have recovered. Okay, so this is the past. It's a past data. Does it mean it definitely worked for you? Well, the chance is higher. There's nothing guaranteed in the market. There's nothing guaranteed in the medical world. But if there's no data and evidence, there is no reason for us to eat that medicine. So far, do you agree? If you agree, help me type A, the alphabet A in the chat. Okay, so let me show you guys an example of how to do backtesting. And these are the things that we want to take a look at. Number one is the ROI. So we want to look at the capital versus the profits. How much money we make based on how much money we invest. Number two, we want to take a look at the profit factor. Okay, and I'll show you, and the higher the better. And number three, we want to look at the drawdown. How much do we lose when we lose? So the first one, we look at how much we can make. The third one, we look at how much we can lose. The second one, it is like a financial ratio. Tell us, based on how much we make divided by how much we can lose, is it a good number? The bigger, the better. The bigger means that we can make more money compared to what we can lose. There are other things to look at, like Sharpe ratio, win rate, but today I'll be focusing on these three. So let's do an example right now. Okay, so this is a software called MetaTrader MT5. Can I also check, are you all familiar, have you all seen this software before? Okay, thank you very much. If you have seen this software before, you can type 1. If no, totally 0, never see before, type 0. This is a very powerful software that you can download from the internet and use it. All you need is a brokerage account and you can actually start using this. Okay, so now let me give you an example of how we do backtesting. Oh, by the way, if you can see here, not sure whether you can see my mouse over here. You can see that there's a profit, how much money is making. This is one of the robot that is running for me, okay, under here. Okay, let me just show you. This is one of the robot. If you can see my mouse, there's a robot. There's a blue color cap. I will show you guys how to create a robot like this. Or maybe, let's see, if you are interested, I can also give you guys some of the robots to test it out. So this is a MetaTrader. And let me just use an example with Go. So this XAU USD is Go. When I talk about Go, it's the Go that you actually buy to give your friend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband. Okay, so let me open the chart. This is the Go chart. You can see it's here. You can see Go. Now, what we can do is this. We can choose the time frame. So depends on whether you like your trades to be fast or like it to be like slower. So for me, for today, I'm going to take somewhere a little bit faster, about 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. So you can see that 15 minutes time frame, this is what the candle looks like. If you are very, very new to trading, let me just explain to you that this candle, let me just make sure that we are right at the, okay, so you can see, this is the candle. Every 15 minutes, it will form one candle. Or we call this a candle. Okay, why? Because it looks like a candle, doesn't it? It is actually a Japanese origins where people start to make these things into a candle looking. So you can see that a candle, okay, this is one bar that goes all the way down. How do I know it goes down? Because it's white color. And if it's a black color, means that it is going up. So white color going down, black color going up. Now, well, how do we know when to buy and sell? If we look at the chart, we'll say, oh, we should buy here. And then we sell here. And, oh no, yeah, we sell here. And then we buy here again. And we sell here. Now, it is easy to say when it is the past data. But exactly when? So should we buy now or should we sell now? Let me share with you a method that is commonly used. And let me share with you, because it is commonly used, it actually becomes powerful. Why? Because if everybody is doing it and everybody say this is the time to buy and everybody buys it, the price will go up. Now, when I say it this way, if you are a more experienced investor or trader, you know that there's no such thing as everybody buy at the same time. Because whenever you are buying, someone is selling it to you. So, generally speaking, there's a certain market psychology and market movement that drive the price up or drive the price down. Let me share with you this thing called a moving average. It is one of the simple yet effective method. So let me go here. You can see it's called insert and indicator. Now, if let's say you're not familiar with English, there's actually Japanese settings. Okay, you can see here, view, language. You can choose the language that you want. But right now, I'll be using English. And you can see, again, come back to here, insert, indicators. I'm going to click on trend. And I'm going to use this thing called moving average. Right here, moving average. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to choose 20. It's a very commonly used moving average, a 20 moving average. Now, how do I get this 20 moving average? Basically, they take the last price, the price of the last 20 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 of them, and they average up and they come out with this point. Then as the candle move down, okay, example here, they will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 of them, they will plot it here. So you see, as the candle move down, the moving average, the line also start to move down. As the candle move out, the line also start to move out. But it will always be a bit slower than the actual price movement. This moving average is to just tell you what is the average movement, and it's easier to see when it is a line. Now, let me share with you a trading method that traders use. We use 2 moving averages. Indicator, trend. Let me add 1 more moving average. We have added a 20. Now let's add a 50. And let me choose a different color. Let's say, let me choose red. Okay. And okay. Now you can see 2 moving averages. So one of the moving average is the red color one. It is a 50 moving average. You can see it's smoother. It's smoother as compared to the yellow one. It is faster. So now, one common method that people use to do trading, and this method has been used for many, many years, is when the fast moving average, the faster one, which is the 20 moving average, is faster. You can see it goes up and down faster, crosses the slower moving average. So when the fast cross the slow moving average, this is where people will sell, short the market. And when do they buy again? They buy when the fast crosses the slow again. So this is the time they buy. So let's go back into history and see whether does it even make sense. Oops, okay, hang on a minute. Okay, so you can see that there are a number of times. Example. Okay. Let me go back to the past. Example here. Here, when sometimes it will go seesaw, and that's where we have to do back testing. So example, let me show you here. When the yellow color fast moving average cross the moving average here, the slow moving average, you buy. You buy, and when do you sell? So you buy here, when do you sell? You will sell here. Do you think it is a good profit? From here, you buy, and then you sell here. You have made quite a bit of money. And this is 15 minutes, so probably in a day, you can make a couple of hundreds of dollars. Okay, so but of course here there are sometimes, example, when it cross, you sell here. When do you buy back? You buy back here. So you sell here, you buy back here. It is almost losing money or break even. So there are times it works, there are times it doesn't work. Okay, so here again, if you buy here, goes all the way up, you sell here, this one you make a lot of money again. Now, if we go and check one by one, it is a bit difficult. So that's why we are going to use this thing called MetaTrader back testing system. Okay, so let me show you how it works, and it can save us a lot of time. So here, I've created a particular robot called moving average crossover. I'm going to right click And then I'm going to do test. Let's test and see whether this one does it actually work. Otherwise, it is just using our own observation. We want to use computer to help us observe. So you can see right here. Let me make sure. Okay. So I'm going to choose go. Okay. I'm going to choose go. And I'm going to choose 15 minutes. So what I'm asking the computer to do is help me test. And we're going to test for the last 3 months. Now, why 3 months? Why not 1 year? Why not 2 years? In fact, if you have more time, you should actually test 2 years, 3 years. The more, the better. But because it is a 15-minute candle, it is quite fast. So we don't need to test for so many years because the conditions many years ago may be different from right now, especially for a shorter time frame. Okay. So I see some questions. Okay, now let me show you this. I'm going to test from August, 13th of August until 13th of November, which is about 3 months. August, September, October, November. Okay, 3 months. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that it is similar to my computer. The speed is similar because sometimes when you want to enter, we say that the computer doesn't go too slow, but it depends on the internet speed also. I'm going to put $10,000 to test. This one is like a simulation, so you're not using real money. And I'm going to test it out. Okay, what's going to happen if I'm going to run this for 3 months? I'm going to click start. Now, when you click start, it will start to load. If you click on graph, okay, it will give you a simulation of what happens to your $10,000. Let's see whether we make money on this particular strategy. Okay, while we are talking, you can see that my robots have initiated another trade, and now both of them are so far profitable. Okay, let me click start again. Okay, can you see? This is my equity. Meaning to say my money. Oh dear, from 10,000 it seems to go down. Oops, it's blocking. Let me go up. Okay, it's going sideways. It dropped to 8,000. Oh dear, doesn't seem to be a good strategy so far. But give it some time. Okay, give it some time. So there's no strategy that is like perfect. Okay, now oops, oh, it's going up. It's going up. Okay, so from 10,000 now it goes up to 19,000. Okay, 19. Oops, dropping to 16,000. So this is a simulation. Every time it cross, you will buy, sell, and buy, sell. So now let's click on this backtest. It is done. You click on backtest. This is where we want to go through and see whether this strategy is it good or is it bad. Okay, so going back to the PowerPoint slides, we're going to check 3 things. Okay, the first thing we're going to check is the profit. So ROI, returns on investment. Now we are using $10,000. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Let me check a few things. Oh, okay. Let me do it one more time. Okay, because I've done some tweaking of the thing. 20 divided by 50. Let me start one more time. Okay. So this is the graph. Let's go one more time. And now to share with you a certain process on how to make it even better and better. So it's going up, going down, same thing for the past 3 months. Of course, we can test for the 1 year, for 2 years. Will you be happy if you see your money from 10,000 going all the way to 7,000? Lose 3,000 already? Okay. So, most people, they won't be happy losing money. That's the reason why we use robot. When we use robot to trade, we don't have to take a look. We don't have to see what the robot is doing. We will just let the robot do what it does and eventually make money. Okay, it is done. Okay, it finished. You can see the date. Let's go to backtest. So the first thing we see is our initial money is 10,000. It has made 24,000, but it lost 19,000. So in total, it makes 5,344. So is this a good returns? If you put in 10,000 and after 3 months, your $10,000 becomes 10,000 plus another 5,000. Means you make additional 5,000. Total, you get 15,000 back. If you think it's good, help me type good. Okay. Otherwise, you can type not good. Depends on yourself, right? So this is what we look at. We look at the profit. The profit is 5,000. Okay. I'm going to just write here. We have gotten 5,000 worth of profit. Mm, Let me. Yes. So the profit we make, oops, a little bit laggy. Okay, 5,000. Okay, it's a little bit laggy. No problem. We will not type it in. Okay. The second thing we look at is the profit factor. Profit factor is a very simple way for us to say, yes, you make a lot of money, but what if you lose a lot of money in the end? Are you taking a lot of risk? We don't want to take a lot of risk. Hmm. I realize I need to give a bit of time for the translation to work. Okay, so this is the profit factor here. And we can see that the profit factor is 1.28. Okay, this is how do we get this number 1.28? We take how much we make 24,000 divided by 19,000. So if we are making a lot more than we are losing, we get a bigger number. The bigger the better, 1.28. Okay, one last thing that I would like everybody to look at is this thing called drawdown. Drawdown means how much does your portfolio drop. So you can see example here. It reached a certain high, then it dropped down. Now this drawdown is something that a lot of investors don't like. I mean, if you like it, means that you don't like money. You can pass me your money, okay? But usually people don't like to lose money. So we are losing. Sometimes we can lose up to 34%. But overall, it is quite a good strategy. Why? Because using 10,000, we can make additional 5,000, which is a 50% returns. But we need to actually potentially suffer a 34% drop. So we can see that sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. But eventually, this strategy, moving average crossover, does work. Now, so this is the does it give you guys more confidence when someone tell you, John tell you, your friend tell you this method is good, and you backtest and it's really good? That's where you know that you can really invest and trade in it. Okay, so now the next thing I want to share with you is we can further analyze the data. So this is backtest, right? The next thing we want to do is we want to optimize. The idea of optimization is to make the results even better. Yes, the moving average is quite good, but how can we make it even better? That's the question. So one thing we can do is we can look at the results and the data. Now again, MetaTrader is amazing because they give you very high quality data to do, and they give you a breakdown of what is happening. So let me scroll down. Now, example here, there are many things we can take a look at, many things. But today I share with you something quite simple. You can see here, this strategy, they show you when does it make money and when it does not make money. So Monday, it makes a bit, it loses a bit. Tuesday, it makes a lot of money. Blue color bar is making money. Red color bar is losing money. So Wednesday, sometimes break even. Now, this is a profit and losses based on different days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I realized that Thursday seems to lose a lot more than they win. Friday as well. So what if we tell the robot when it's Thursday, don't trade? Don't you all think it's a good idea? Okay, so how do we do that? How do we do that? It's pretty simple. We can go back to the robot. Okay, so let me show you. This is the robot moving average crossover. And let's go to the inputs. This is the instructions that the robot get. So there are quite a number of things. These are some general things. There's a stop loss, there's take profit, there's the trading days. Can you see? Trade on Monday, trade on Tuesday, trade on Wednesday. Now, we saw that Thursday is not very good. So let's see. How about we do not trade on Thursday? We ask the robot, if it's Thursday, do not enter at all. Let's change this. So instead of trading on Thursday, you can see it's true. We change it to false. False means we are telling the robot, don't trade on Thursday. The rest, we keep it the same. You can see here, the fast moving average is 20. The slow moving average is 50. So we can even change. Can it be 21 and 52? Okay, but we don't know the numbers yet. Later, I'll share with you how to further optimize this. Now that we have taken away Thursday, let's run the results again. But let's Let me just give a screenshot of this before we forget. Okay, I'm going to do a screenshot. Let me go to my slides. And let me, oops. And let me put a new slide here. Okay, so this is the one that we do, which is we want to compare and see which strategy is better. So this is strategy number 1. Moving average. 20 cross 50 every day. Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. So we can see here we make 5,000. Profit factor is 1.28. And the drawdown is 34%. We look at this equity drawdown. All right, now let's take away Thursday. And then let's run again. Let's start. Look at the graph. Okay, sometimes it will take time to load the data. So if you see that you click start and nothing is running, give it some time to load the data. Okay, let's click start again. Now you can see the data is running, means that the back test is starting. Boom. So you can see from 10,000 drop to 8,000. So there's no strategy that I've seen that have zero losses. If you have zero losses, I've seen strategies with zero losses, but once they lose, they will lose everything. But there's another strategy that I'll share another day. Okay, so in the end, still make money. Let's take a look. If we don't trade on Thursday, is it better? So take a look at the back test. Wow, you see, from 5,000 profit, now it becomes 8,991. Almost $9,000. Is it good? So you see, just by using one optimization, just changing one thing, you can make a lot more money. Okay, so the next thing we take a look at is profit factor. And the profit factor is 1.49. And lastly, we look at the equity drawdown. Is 32.28. So let me screenshot and do a comparison. Is it a better strategy? And this strategy is the same strategy, except that we don't trade on Thursday. So Thursday, anyway, we are not the one doing anything. Thursday, you can go to the movies, go and have fun. So this one is a moving average every day except Thursday. So let's compare. Thursday, the one except Thursday makes more money. The one except Thursday also has a higher profit factor, 1.49 compared to 1.28. And finally, the drawdown. If you don't trade on Thursday, in fact, you risk lesser. A little bit lesser from 34%, it drops to 32%. A little bit lesser, but it's good improvement. Okay, so you can see with data, it is easier to optimize. Now, let me share with you how to do even further optimization. So this is the exciting part of MT5. And I realized a lot of people using MT5, they didn't understand how powerful this is. So let me show you. Look at my mouse. Click on settings. So again, we are using this robot, using Go, using 15 minutes. We can change other assets later. But now what I want you to do is to look at this portion called optimization. I'm going to choose it and click on slow complete algorithm. And I want to optimize for profit factor. I want it to make the most money. So what does this do? This allows us to go back to the inputs. And we can start to test. We want this system to test for us. Is it better to trade on Thursday or don't trade on Thursday? So this is just a testing. We can also test this. Okay, so you can see when I scroll down, I can click on these two, check and check. So when I choose these two, I can ask MetaTrader 5 to say this. 20 moving average cut across 50 moving average gives me good results. But let me try. What if I try 5 moving average cut across 50? Will it be better? And then I want to try 6 moving average, 7 moving average, 8 moving average, all the way until, let's say, 100 moving average. If I take this, cut across 50, which one will be best? Okay, but now if I actually do that, we'll be testing a lot of moving average, which usually I will do. But because I want to demonstrate, I will be using 5 moving average to 50 moving average. You can see from 5 moving average to 50 moving average, there is 46 different testing. Okay, so if I put 1 moving average to 50 moving average, there's 50 different testing. 50 different testing. Now, sometimes 50 testing can be a lot and your computer will be very slow. So you can see in the middle, there's this thing called step. Instead of testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm going to test 5 and skip 5. Okay, when I say step 5, what does it mean? It means I start from 5. I'm going to test 50, 5 cross 50. Then I'm going to plus 5. So 10 cross 50. Then I'm going to plus another 5. 15 cross 50. So this is instructions to the computer to keep testing 5 multiples of 5 until you test 50. 50 cross 50. There is, if 50 cross 50, usually there will not be any signal. So this is for the slow moving average. You can see there are 10 different moving average to test. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 45, 50. So there's 10 of them. Now, I'm going to test the slow moving average from 30 to 100. So same thing, 30, 35, 40, 45. You can put any number, but 5 is a bit easier to calculate, right? So altogether, there's 10 fast moving average to test against 15 moving average. And if you do a simple mathematics, that is about 150 of them, okay? 150 of them. But why is there 300? It's because we're going to test the different combination, and we are going to test, let's test if we trade on Thursday and if we don't trade on Thursday. So there are different ways to test it. We can even test many things, even the stop loss, the profit target. But now let's do something simple. I'm going to click start and you'll see how powerful this is. This is one of the most powerful thing a trader can do. So when I click start, okay, it is running. I'm going to go to this optimization results. As it is running, let me just remind you, before optimization, our profit is 5,000. Let's take a look at the profit. Then just by changing Thursday, the profit, same thing, the same capital of 10,000. Initially we make 5,000. Now we make almost 9,000. Just by changing one parameter or one thing only. So now let's test out different inputs and see which combination can give us the best results. Okay, so this is the time. Once you realize how powerful this is, you will not trade without testing all this anymore. Otherwise, you'll just be gambling. Okay, if you look here, you can see 10 out of 300. So they are testing all the different combination until all 300 is completed. So you can test for many, and sometimes My computer will have 10,000 to 20,000 combinations, and they will keep testing it. Let's test it for a while, and let's see if anybody has any questions. Okay, let me just see whether I can translate anything. Okay, if you have questions, you can ask. I will just copy and paste to see whether I can answer any questions. Okay, so it's still 10 out of 300. Or maybe a question for you is, are you all learning something so far? Is it good so far? If it's good, maybe you can give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'll just give myself a thumbs up. Okay, you can see 14 out of 300, 16 out of 300. Okay, let me go through the optimization results. You can see they have all the different results here. Some of them, they will lose money. If you have a different combination, trade on Thursday, don't trade on Thursday. Now, can you see the first one? Okay, let me stop. Now we only tested 20 only. We are supposed to test under 300. But the first one, let me share with you. You can see that we are using a 30 moving average cross the 95 moving average. The fast crossing the slow, 30 and 95. Let me just screenshot this so that I don't forget. And go back here. Okay, and then let's look at the results. They have some of the results here, but let me run a single test so that I'm going to test using these parameters. So they help me change 30 to 95. They will help me automatically change. And this one, do we trade on Thursday? No, we don't trade on Thursday also. So somehow Thursday, this method doesn't work. Okay, so this is the interesting thing. Okay, almost completed, and let's take a look at the results. Oh, do you see it's like almost a straight line out? It doesn't drop so much anymore. Here it dropped a little bit. Let's look at the back test. Okay, now this result, do you like this? Your $10,000 makes you an additional $23,000. The profit factor is 2.88, and the drawdown, it is lesser, is 28%. Do you like this strategy better or these parameters better? Let me put it here as a comparison. And this method is a moving average. What was it? Let me just confirm. The moving average is 30 over 95. 30 over 95. And we don't trade on Thursday. Okay, so we can see that this is one of the best, I would say, combination. But let me share with you something. Usually, we want to make sure that this 30 over 95 is something that no matter how we change it, it's going to be quite okay. So you can see that the top few results is all using 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay, but again, we have not finished testing everything. And usually, the one that makes the most money, those on top, it is a higher moving average, like 95, 80, 95, 80. Can you see that? So usually, those that's losing money, you see here, is using a lesser moving average, like 5 moving average. You can see, oh, here there's a 30, but 30 using a lesser moving average. So we can generally see that if we use somewhere around 30 plus a longer term moving average, the profit will be quite good. So this is something that quantitative traders do. All right, so this is what I've come to this portion called optimization. So that's where when we change certain parameters, we can even use MetaTrader to do the optimization. Now, I'm going to really go to the very exciting portion. After you do finish optimization, what do you do next? Because we have 3 steps. We have done backtest. We have done optimization. Now the last part, it is to trade. Trade means let's use the robot to start to make some money. So how do we do that? Now this is something that is shockingly easy using MetaTrader. So let me show you this. Now, all you need to do, you can see that we have our chart here, AXUUSD, and the chart here, this is the robot here, moving average crossover. All you need to do is to drag and put onto the chart. Now, if I put a chart, please look at this corner over here, the top right corner of the chart. I'm going to drop. Can you see? Suddenly, there's a robot here, moving average crossover day selection. The robot is here. I'm going to click allow for algo trading, and I'm going to click on the inputs. There are some things that I need to change. So first thing I want to change is trade on Thursday. I'm going to change it to false. Next one, do you remember? Fast moving average, what should be the number? Anybody remember? You all can type it in if you remember. Double click, change to 30. And the slow moving average, change to 95. So let's take a look at this. 30 and 95. And once this is correct, click OK. So this robot is now trading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, except for Thursday, and you'll be using the algorithm. So we can just wait for a while and let the robot trade for us, and maybe turn our 10,000 into $30,000 in 3 months. So is it simple so far? Okay. So now, let me share with you one more example. Okay, by the way, before I continue, anybody of you who like to have a copy of this robot so you can actually deploy it? If you want a copy of this robot, can you please type the number 1? All right. So now I'm going to share with those who are here a copy of the robot to reward those who are here. Okay, let me go to my robots. So just save a copy of it and then you can deploy it like what I just did. Okay, and this is a copy of the robot. I'm going to put it in the Zoom, and there you go. Now, would you like to have one more demonstration? Maybe I will do just one more. Okay, the demonstration I like to share is this demonstration called the breakout strategy. Now, the moving average strategy, you can see is using the lines. The breakout strategy is we want to go for very big movement. When there's a big movement, we want to trade when it's going up, when it suddenly have a certain news, start to actually make a lot of money. So now, this breakout strategy, I'm going to do a testing. And the process is the same. So let me show you again, step by step. Is it very difficult? Okay, so now here, let's use Go again, or we can use any other like strategy that you want, but I'm going to use Go. And now let me change to, let's say, 1 minute if we want a faster trading. So same thing, let us do a back test. Go to the graph. It's going to take some time to load. And let's click start again. Sometimes you need to click 2 times. Okay, it's starting to trade. Can you see this one is a lot smoother and it's typically, let's look at the results. So the results, this one makes only $1,000. But the profit factor is 5. Oh, why is that so? It's because the drawdown is only 3%. Meaning to say this one seldom lose a lot of money. It lose very little money. And when it makes a decent amount, about 10%. It makes 10%. If you risk 3%. So some people may prefer to see your portfolio going up, up, up instead of up and down, up and down. So this is another method. So final thing I want to show you is this, before we do a conclusion, is once you have a particular strategy, every strategy falls into different categories. Breakout strategy is considered one category where there are certain stocks, there are certain crypto, there are certain forex exchange that is suitable to use this breakout. So what we can do is here under optimization, we can select all symbol in market watch. What it means is we can choose to try and use this strategy for all these different forex pairs, different Bitcoin, different futures. And let's see what happens. I'm going to click start and let's see which instrument is useful to trade using this breakout strategy. Okay, while it is waiting for a while, it's testing 3 out of 19 of them. I'm going to do a little bit of a commercial break. Okay, it's not really a commercial break per se, but let me share with you for those interested. If you are interested to learn more about trading and MT5 on the 19th of November, so please check your calendar. At this timing, GMT +8, I'm going to have a full day workshop. What we're going to do is we're going to do step by step, hands on, to practice what I've just shared with you. Because maybe some of you are totally 100% new, you may not know how to use these things. So this futures workshop, it is on 29th of November on a Saturday. Or is it a Sunday? Okay. Okay. So on the 29th of November, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Singapore timing, we will learn to create your first robot within that one day, that one weekend. So there'll be hands-on practice to create the robots. You will use AI to code. Because all these robots, just to share with you, it is all instructions, but you need to actually do a little bit of coding. Just to share, personally, I do not know how to do coding. I use, example, Claude to do the coding or ChatGPT to do the coding. So these are things that I will ask them to help me to code, and it has been very, very useful. And of course, I want to share with you, usually for my workshop, in the past, as I mentioned, I run a number of schools before. A one-day workshop, learning how to trade. The fees is USD $3,000. And I also have certain give away. When you come for the workshop, you're going to get a bonus 10 robots to get started. So if let's say there are many people selling robots outside, and each robot maybe it costs around 1,000 or 2,000 USD. But for this workshop, you're going to get 10. And I have a good news for you. The good news is because we are in partnership with Straits Trading, what we're going to do is we're going to give a very big discount for those who are interested to come for this workshop. And the discount is so big that some of you may get shocked because the discount is a 100% discount. So meaning to say, for those who are interested, please do let them know because you're going to get free tickets to come for this workshop. So yes, there's a link. Amber can put the link there, and for those who are interested, you can grab your free ticket through this particular link. Otherwise, it is usually for our paid students. Okay, so later I give you guys the next step, what to do before coming for this workshop. Now let's go back. I think they have finished their optimization, 19 out of 19. Let's look at the optimization results. Okay, here to me, it's very interesting. You can see these are the instruments or these are the assets that will make money if you do a breakout strategy. So there is gold, there's silver, there is AUD NZD, which is Australian New Zealand dollars. Oh, USD Japan yen. Okay, and quite a number. So quite a lot of them work well on this breakout strategy, and a few of them doesn't work well. Like BTC doesn't seem to work well. The Bitcoin doesn't work well. So it means that we need to use other kind of method. Very simply, for BTC and all these other instruments that doesn't do well for breakout, they may be using another strategy, a category of strategy called mean reversion. Mean reversion means go back to the normal. Okay, so this is another strategy which I'll be sharing on the 29th of November. Okay, I do hope that you have learned something today. Shall we go to the next step? What do you do after today? Okay, so after today, right, there are a few things you should do. Number one, you should create a account. So this is the account that is by Straits Finance. It's called Tomo Trader. Let me just show you guys this. And let me put inside the chat as well. You can open an account. It is free to get started. You can choose the language that you want. So you can sign up for account. It's very fast and easy to sign up. Okay, so this is my account. And once you are inside the account, oh, why is it in English? Okay, you can go to account and create a live account or create a demo account. So when you create a demo account, that's where you can start to practice the trading and see whether the robot is working without needing to risk any money. But for me, I prefer to have a trading account that's real money and put a bit of money to test it out, because the real money and the demo account or simulation account is not exactly the same. This is my observation. Then after that, so this is the first thing you need to do. Let me go back to Tomo Trader. Oh yeah, it's here already. It's inside the Zoom. So click on it. You can actually open an account. The next thing you need is a Meta Trader software. Okay, I want to share with you that what you are doing is almost like what a lot of hedge fund, a lot of professional traders are doing. Because to do all this backtesting and to get the kind of results to actually invest, it is not something that many of the normal investors know how to do. So by learning this, you are getting an advantage. So go to MetaTrader and then you can download. And after you download, on the 29th of November, that's where I'll be sharing with you how to use the machine. Sorry for speaking too fast just now. I hope that you can understand what I'm talking about. Just maybe any questions you have before I summarize and I conclude today's lesson. Okay, so I want to share that there are 3 simple steps to create a robot. The first step is to do backtesting. After you get an idea from reading a book, from watching YouTube, or your friend give you some ideas on how to trade, do backtesting. If you have zero idea, you don't even have ideas on what to backtest, do start reading some things, or you can come for the workshop on 29th of November. I'll give you some robots to get started and you can start to do backtesting. After you finish backtesting, you need to do optimization. This optimization, I have shown you how to do it, and I want to really explain to you that the steps, it looks simple because the machine already done it for us, but we also need to be careful because the machine can create a perfect strategy, but the strategy is only perfect for the past, for the time frame only. So it may not be useful for future. We need to do an additional testing, which I also will be sharing on the 29th. It's called a robustness testing to make sure that it is not too perfect. When it's too perfect, it is not useful for the future. And finally, it is to trade. So, one final thing that I want to share. How many robots do you think we should run? If you are a beginner trader, many people will think that I just need one robot. A very good robot that can turn 10,000 into 100,000. But from my experience and all the hedge fund managers who are actually good will tell you that you cannot depend on one robot. What you should aim for is to have hundreds of robots. Because if let's say you have 100 robots and each one you put 1%, you know that even if that one robot loses money, your portfolio, your whole entire money will not disappear. So you can see, even for myself and for a lot of hedge fund managers, we have many robots. So that's all I want to share with you. And I do strongly believe that as you launch the robots, as they make money for you, or sometimes even lose money for you, you are able to build a very solid army of robots that can go out there and build your wealth for you automatically. Okay, that's all I want to share. I hope that you have learned something and you have take back something that's valuable to yourself. And I look forward for those who are able to come to see you on the 29th of November. That's all I want to share with you. I wish you a very good day and a very good weekend. And I'll see you on the 29th. Thank you very much.